Even after decades of study and dozens of missions, Earth's moon still throws up surprises that stump scientists. From unexplained radio signals to persistent theories about a hollow structure, and details from Apollo missions that don't add up, the contradictions are hard to ignore. NASA insists it's just a lifeless rock, but recordings from Apollo 11 told a different story. So why does NASA stay quiet about what really happened on the moon's dark side? And why does some of that data still remain classified? Well, stay tuned, because this video will show you exactly that. So let's begin this secret list with strange radio signals. The first time astronauts landed on the moon, it was supposed to be the beginning of a new era. But was there more to that moment than we've been told? And no, we're not talking about fake moon landing theories. This is something that actually happened and was barely acknowledged. In 1969, during the Apollo 11 mission, the famous Neil Armstrong and lunar module pilot Buzz Aldrin reported receiving strange radio signals while on the moon's surface. These signals weren't routine interference. They didn't match any known patterns and weren't picked up during training or Earthside missions. The astronauts were concerned enough to report them, but the incident was never widely publicized. NASA chalked it up to space interference or static, but the explanation never went beyond that. There was no breakdown, follow-up, or real answers. Some researchers believe these signals might have been artificial, possibly coming from something on or near the moon itself. They said it can be a structure, a craft, or even intelligent monitoring. To this day, no one fully knows for sure what caused them. Maybe they were random radio waves bouncing off space debris, or maybe they weren't. Whatever the actual truth is, NASA didn't seem eager to look too closely. Or maybe they already knew. The hollow moon. Well, this theory refuses to die, and honestly, it's one of the weirdest. The idea that the moon might be hollow or partially hollow has been floating around since the Apollo era, and it all started with a strange seismic experiment. During Apollo 12, astronauts dropped a large object onto the moon's surface to test its seismic response. What happened next is what set everything off. The moon didn't just shake, it rang, like a bell, for over an hour. That ringing shook people more than the impact did. NASA said it was just how the moon's interior reacts, different density, fractured rock layers, nothing strange. But a lot of people didn't buy that. One 1970 article described the sound as being like a giant gong, not something you'd expect from a solid celestial body. Some believe this might be proof that the moon has a hollow core, or was even built intentionally, possibly as an artificial object. The wildest theories claim it's a monitoring station, not a natural satellite at all. NASA's never taken the theory seriously in public, but they also haven't fully debunked it either. And when something rings like it's empty inside, people are going to keep asking why. And why not? So, is the moon really hollow? Unexplained structures. Over the years, Apollo missions captured thousands of photos of the moon's surface, most of them dusty plains and jagged rocks. But some images show things that don't quite fit the script. We're talking about super strange formations, like sharp geometric shapes, even outlines that look eerily like domes, towers, or pyramids. NASA has always dismissed these anomalies as tricks of light, shadow, or camera distortion, just as they do. In their view, it's all just rock and perspective. But plenty of people, including scientists, have questioned how natural these shapes really are. Some of the lines are too straight, the angles too perfect, the spacing too uniform. They don't look random, they look designed. So if there's even a small chance these were built, who made them? And why hasn't NASA investigated them further? Are they remnants of an ancient structure? Could the moon have once been inhabited? Or still be? Well, instead of follow-up missions to investigate, NASA shifted focus. But conspiracy theorists and astronomers haven't let it go. Some believe these structures are evidence of something far bigger than we're being told. And with the Artemis 3 mission aiming to return astronauts to the moon for the first time since 1972, maybe we'll finally get answers. Or maybe, like last time, we'll only get part of the truth. What do you think about it? Well, drop your theories below. Okay, now, let's talk about the Apollo 20. Well, we all know that Apollo 20 got officially canceled, but that hasn't stopped people from saying it happened anyway, just not the way we think. For years, rumors have floated around that the Apollo missions didn't actually end with Apollo 17. Some believe Apollo 20 launched quietly in the late 70s as a classified mission, kept hidden from the public on purpose. Now, this might sound completely made up, but it's not just internet noise. The claim is that Apollo 20's goal was to explore something unusual spotted in earlier missions, possibly signs of alien technology. Supposedly, the crew landed near a massive crashed spacecraft and even explored what looked like an old base on the lunar surface. Even wilder, they allegedly brought back artifacts and the preserved bodies of two beings. One of them, they nicknamed Mona Lisa. The story gained traction when photos and videos claiming to be from the mission surfaced online. NASA, of course, has denied all of it without any second thoughts. There were no records or comments. We mean nothing. But if it was all nonsense, you'd think they'd shut it down directly. Instead, they stay quiet. And that silence is exactly what keeps people talking. Hidden structures on the far side of the moon. Well, now, this one's more recent. Scientists working with China's Chang'e 4 mission have been studying the moon's far side, and what they found underground is super interesting. Using ground-penetrating radar, they detected odd echoes, like there were hollowed-out sections beneath the surface. Now, not to jump to conclusions, but let's jump anyway. Could this mean there are hidden underground structures on the moon? Well, maybe. It can be possible, but more realistically, it could be lava tubes or natural tunnels. And honestly, even that would be a pretty big deal. Those mysterious underground spaces could be key for future moon missions. Lava tubes can provide serious protection from deadly surface conditions, like extreme temperature swings and space radiation. During the lunar day, the surface can hit 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and at night, it can drop to minus 280. That's not just inconvenient, it's brutal. Underground, temperatures are far more stable. So building a base down there makes a lot more sense than setting something up on the exposed surface. And if the tunnels are already hollowed out, it saves a massive amount of effort. Because let's be real, hauling industrial drills to the moon isn't ideal. If nature already did the hard part, all we'd need to do is move in. Lunar glows. Many astronauts have reported seeing strange glowing spots or flashes of light on the moon's surface. These aren't just typical reflections or camera glitches. These are bright, shifting glows that seem to move or even change shape. Some of these were seen during Apollo missions, but they've also been spotted from Earth by people using high-powered telescopes. That means it's not just a space issue, it's something visible across different sources. NASA usually explains these sightings away with things like sunlight reflecting off rocks or brief lunar gas emissions. But honestly, that doesn't always add up. Some of these lights show up in places where there's nothing shiny at all, and they often appear near large craters, sometimes the exact same spots, over and over. So what's going on? Could something be hidden inside those craters? Or beneath them? Are the lights natural? Or are they a sign that something might be operating up there? Sure, it could be an overactive imagination, but it's weird enough that people keep noticing it. Maybe it's something technical. Or maybe there's more to the moon's surface than NASA's letting on. Laugh at it if you want. But strange lights in empty places don't just show up for no reason. And it's not like the unique Milky Sea phenomenon, but much more mysterious. Harvard paper on alien base. Here's one that caught people off guard. A paper from Harvard University's Human Flourishing program floated the idea that there might be an alien base hidden on the moon. Yeah, not a Reddit thread or a late-night YouTube theory, an actual academic study. According to the paper, it's possible that extraterrestrials could have set up a base up there as a kind of launch point, housing spacecraft designed for short trips to Earth. The idea is that these ships could come here to observe, study, or who knows what else. It's the kind of theory we've all heard in the fringe corners of the internet. But what makes this one hit different is where it came from. Harvard isn't exactly in the business of publishing sci-fi fan fiction. The paper also links this theory to the rise in UAP sightings, unidentified aerial phenomena. As more and more reports stack up from military pilots, civilians, and even government agencies, the idea of a moon-based observation post doesn't sound as wild as it used to. If something, or someone, is watching Earth, the moon would be a convenient place to do it from. Out of sight, stable orbit, close enough to monitor everything without being seen. It's both interesting and super terrifying. Artificial moon. One of the wildest and weirdest theories about the moon is that it might not be natural at all. We didn't come up with this one. Some theorists believe the moon could actually be an artificial satellite placed in orbit by an advanced civilization. The idea is based on several strange details about the moon's size, position, and makeup. For one, its perfect positioning relative to Earth and the Sun allows it to cover the Sun exactly during an eclipse. The odds of that being so precise are extremely low, which leads some people to think it was intentionally placed there. Then there's the moon's composition. It's oddly different from Earth's crust and core, and doesn't quite fit any standard planetary formation models. Now, we're not completely sold on the idea. Sure, it's mind-blowing that the moon fits so perfectly into our sky, but maybe we just see it as special because we're here to notice it. The universe is supermassive, and with endless combinations of planets and moons, this alignment could simply be one lucky coincidence. Still, if it was placed there, that would raise one huge question. Who did it, and why? What do you think? Crypto-terrestrials. Well, now this one gets into weirder territory, but it's not as random as it sounds. The term crypto-terrestrial was actually used in a research paper from Harvard's Human Flourishing program, the same one that brought up the moon base theory. So what exactly are crypto-terrestrials? The term refers to beings that might live on the moon, or possibly even on Earth, just hidden. The paper outlined 4 possible types. The first is human crypto-terrestrials, a theory that says an advanced human civilization once existed here, long before recorded history, and was mostly wiped out by a cataclysm like a global flood. But some survivors might still exist, living underground or in isolated zones. The second is hominid or theropod crypto-terrestrials. Basically, non-human species, descendants of apes or even dinosaurs, that evolved intelligence and chose to hide instead of making contact. This is the kind of thing that connects to cryptids like Bigfoot or reptilian legends. The third is the former extraterrestrial idea, your classic aliens who arrived on Earth long ago and decided to stay. The last one's called magical crypto-terrestrials, and yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. Mystical, possibly interdimensional beings. Not really our lane for this video, so we'll leave that one where it is. The Apollo 11 secret footage. And finally, we get to one of the most debated stories about the moon, the rumored secret footage from Apollo 11. During the 1969 mission, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin made history by walking on the moon for the first time. But some people believe NASA hasn't shown us everything they saw. According to conspiracy theorists, there's missing footage, film that was quietly removed or recorded over because it showed something NASA didn't want the public to see. Some say it captured strange lights, unidentified structures, or even possible evidence of alien presence on the surface. NASA later admitted that much of the original footage had been erased due to a tape shortage, which only made people more suspicious. Think about it. Why would the most important video in human history be reused like an old VHS? It doesn't add up. Some believe the lost reels might have contained something too shocking for the time, something the world wasn't ready for. We may never know what was really on those tapes. Maybe it was nothing. Or maybe it was everything NASA didn't want to explain. Either way, that missing footage remains one of the strangest mysteries tied to the moon landing. So, what do you think about these secrets of the moon's dark side? Did we miss any? Well, let us know. And in the end, as we always say, if you've enjoyed what you've just watched, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you in the next one.